Let me ask you something. Do you like the Affordable Care Act? If not, why? Because someone says it's not good and it needs to be replaced, but meanwhile, there's nobody replacing anything with anything better? Because remember, before the Affordable Care Act, if you had a pre-existing conditions such as diabetes, obesity, maybe even high blood pressure, that you could be denied insurance. Or not just that, skyrocketed insurance premiums, all before the Affordable Care Act credits, aka Obamacare.
I'm Atra El-Nashar on Capitol Hill. The government shutdown may be over, but the issue behind the 43-day stalemate hasn't gone away, making health care more affordable. The Senate will vote on the issue next month, and the Republican majorities in Congress are split on how to tackle the issue.
Republicans declaring a win with the end of the government shutdown, passing a budget deal that does not include the health care tax credits Democrats were holding out for.
We feel very relieved tonight. The Democrat shutdown is finally over.
That relief not necessarily shared by the 22 million Americans seeing their health insurance costs skyrocket.
People who are seeing their premiums go from $400 to $800, $800 to $1,400, people who will now have very difficult decisions to make.
Enhanced tax credits for premiums under the Affordable Care Act expire at the end of this year. Democrats want to extend these tax credits, which have been in place since 2021. According to analysis by the Kaiser Family Foundation, without these enhanced tax credits, an individual making $35,000 will go from paying about $1,000 per year for health care to paying more than $2,600 in 2026. A plan for a family of four in a household making $90,000 per year will rise by more than $3,700. President Trump has always wanted to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, but neither Trump nor the GOP have reached a consensus on a comprehensive alternative. They do have some ideas, though.
We want a healthcare system where we pay the money to the people instead of the insurance companies.
There's a lot of opinions in this building, and on our side, certainly a lot of opinions on how to fix healthcare and make it more affordable. I have to allow that process to play out.
During the shutdown, 13 Republicans signed a letter to House Speaker Mike Johnson saying allowing these tax credits to lapse without a clear path forward would risk real harm to those we represent. This battle will start in the Senate, where, as part of the deal that reopened government, Democrats are guaranteed a vote on this issue next month.
We're hopefully having some ideas before Christmas, but it may take a little longer than that.
If something does pass the Senate, right now Speaker Johnson says he can't commit to holding a House vote on it before he knows what it is.
Hi, this is Robert Wilkins, aka Basketball Tall, your BT dispatcher, bringing you news and commentary with a different flavor. I don't know about you, but why take a risk that could be a life and death matter to replace something that you have nothing to replace it with? Think about that. It's not just going to affect me, but it's going to affect you too if we don't have anything better to replace what we currently have. And so far, let's be real. The Affordable Care Act has been the best thing that we've ever had in this country because of the pre-existing conditions that it did away with. And not just that, the credits that it gave to lower our premiums. Now, we can have concepts, we can have all sorts of ideals, but let's not risk eliminating something before we know what we have to replace it. Doesn't that make sense?
Well, tonight we're hearing from more Oklahomans faced with the harsh reality when it comes to their health insurance. Federal subsidies are set to expire at the end of the year, meaning premiums will likely skyrocket for many who use the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. News 4's Abigail Franklin talked to a mom now looking at a very difficult decision.
I'm really scared. I'm terrified. I don't want to die.
For Jennifer Eastwood, the new reality is painful.
Is it good in there?
She can no longer afford her health insurance.
So our premiums were about $1,300 a month. The subsidy was $900, and we paid $213 a month to cover all of it. And it covered everything. It was a great plan.
Jennifer used the Affordable Care Act to obtain health insurance after she was laid off.
It was helping me get my health back.
She's battling lupus along with other health issues.
One of the things that it covers is my Safnello infusions. They're monthly infusions for severe lupus, and they cost $10,000 a month.
A cost she can't afford without insurance. And without the treatment, she could die.
It means that the lupus will become active severe.
But the subsidies that allow her to afford the policy are expiring unless Congress decides to extend them. Without ACA, she says the price of other health insurance policies is not affordable.
The lowest is $1,850 a month.
It's a similar story that Tracy Mosley with CYA Insurance Agency is hearing daily.
And I've had multiple clients now just say, I can't afford any insurance now. So they're just going without insurance completely for 2026.
She adds this issue affects everyone, whether they use the Affordable Care Act or not.
If our population is unhealthy and we're sick, we can't work, we can't pay our bills, it affects your family. It trickles to everything.
And if the uninsured need care, hospitals are left with the financial burden.
The hospital will have to eat it, which then turns into everybody's prices going up. It's going to affect everybody, not just the people that are on the marketplace.
In Norman, Abigail Franklin, Oklahoma's News 4.
There's nothing like tragedy or harm to ourselves or our families to get our attention. And the thing about this, when it comes to medical insurance, it can be devastating because we don't have insurance, or we have a pre-existing condition and we can't get any insurance, or they raise the premium so high that we can't even afford it. And our politicians want to get rid of the Affordable Care Act simply because, in my opinion, people call it Obamacare. Who gave it that name? I believe, was it our current leader? Simply because one person doesn't like it, meanwhile have no plans to replace it. Words are cheap. And we hear a lot of words coming out of Washington, don't we? You know, we're talking about all over the place, and they're not thinking about the common man, the common woman. They're not thinking about those of us in this country, 340 million of us. And we've got the highest insurance premiums in the world. And now we've got a situation where the Affordable Care Act, where it can lower our premiums because of the credits that it gives to offset the cost. As well as, and to me, this is the most, I can't say probably the most important, but it's one of the very most important, pre-existing conditions. Don't forget that. Because before the Affordable Care Act, people were denied insurance because they had certain health conditions. Diabetes, obesity, maybe a heart or kidney issue, maybe even your high blood pressure, and you get denied. Remember that? A lot of you, hey, we're still here. We remember that. So let's not go back and fall into a negativity, because we want to make our lives better, don't we? So before our politicians gut one thing, we better make certain they've got something better. And they need to tell us what it is before we just go ahead and just destroy everything for us Americans. Wouldn't you agree? Robert Wilkins, your BT dispatcher. Go ahead, give me a thumbs up, baby. Let me know you're enjoying what I'm presenting here, and I will continue to bring you more news and commentary with a different flavor, my flavor. And I'll see you next time.